A good sign can be the difference between customers walking in or walking by. But here's the thing, you've only got a few seconds to make that first impression count. So if you really want to make a sign that wows, it needs to stick in customers' minds. It needs to be memorable. In this video, we're going to share our step-by-step guide for making a sign that communicates quickly and clearly. From choosing the right type of sign for your needs, to getting the most out of your colors and typography, and the best and worst spots to place your sign. And make sure you stick around, because we're also going to reveal the #1 factor that makes your sign unforgettable at a glance. It turns out there are a lot of signs to choose from, but don't worry, we can help with that. When picking your forever sign, consider just 2 things: what you want it to encourage people to do, and where you're placing your sign in relation to passers-by. For instance, if you want a sign to entice people into your brick-and-mortar shop, an A-frame or A3 poster in the window could work well. If you're advertising your booth at a local market, a feather flag, yard sign, vinyl banner, or even a tabletop retractable banner might be a better fit. And don't forget about the material your sign is actually made from. Will it be outside and need to withstand the elements? Metal or plastic are great options. Or does it need to be flexible or easily stored and transported to events? Then paper, vinyl, or a retractable frame might be a better option. Still not sure? Well, you can breathe a sign of relief, because you can also browse our full range of signage here. Have a look and see what draws your attention. If it wows you, chances are it will wow your customers too. Want to make your design pop? Then dial up the contrast. A sharp contrast between your text and background boosts readability and makes your sign instantly noticeable. Now that's poppin'. And always remember that colors appear differently on screen versus in print. What looks vibrant on your laptop might print darker. One simple way to ensure everything matches is to check that your design uses CMYK colors, not RGB, before you send it off. But don't let those acronyms freak you out. Put simply, CMYK is the color code used for printing, while RGB is used for digital-only designs. And you can check the color codes in apps like Adobe Acrobat, Photoshop, or Illustrator. If you created your logo with our design services or a freelance designer, you should have digital and print-ready versions saved separately. Just make sure you upload the right one. For more info on color codes in design, check out our video breaking down all the differences between RGB and CMYK. Your typography's job is to attract attention, so choose big, bold, but scannable typography. Just make sure your fonts and spacing match the placement of your sign. Is it across the street? Then a large font will be necessary, which also means creating a shorter, snappier message. To ensure your message is super scannable, avoid overly decorative or cursive fonts, as these can be really hard to read at a distance. A blurry logo instantly hurts your credibility. Ouch. Ensure your files are saved at high resolution. That's at least 300 dpi, as anything lower runs the risk of getting pixelated during print. To check your file resolution, simply right-click the file in Windows and select Properties, or in macOS, use the Inspector tool in the Preview app. A great sign in the wrong place is basically invisible, so get strategic with your placement. Avoid potential obstructions, clashing background colors, or poor lighting. And make sure your sign doesn't pose any hazards, like blocking pathways or driver's sight lines. You want people to notice your sign, not trip over it. Alright, we've covered our design tips, but what about the secret sauce that really makes a sign stand out? Turning a passerby into a brand new customer. Your call to action is everything. This is the #1 factor that makes your signage unforgettable at a glance. So make sure you allocate some time to craft one that works for your business. A good call to action is short, clear, and actionable. And a great call to action evokes curiosity, urgency, and value. Have a look at these 2 call to actions. Visit us isn't bad, but it's kind of vague and it doesn't get us excited or curious. 20% off today only, however, is enticing and actionable. Why? Because it communicates something valuable and also adds urgency. Now have a look at this sign for a fun, modern donut shop. It's intriguing and there's clear value. I mean, yum, donuts. But we can do better. Because while the offer is strong, the message is wordier than it needs to be. We've kept the value of free donuts, but now it's front and center. This version is shorter, sweeter, and even more scannable. Take my money. Now you might be thinking, okay, I have to throw an offer in to make my CTA work. And while it's a tried and true method, it's not the only way to add value or pique interest. Here's a sign a cafe diner put out in the middle of winter to entice those braving the elements. It's tongue-in-cheek, simple, and scannable. And while it's not stated in words, the intended action is clear. Get inside and get warm. Take my money. And there you have it. You don't need a design degree to create signage that turns heads. You just need to follow a few design principles and be ready to have some fun. So remember, think about design and print together from the start, consider your materials and placement, and dedicate some time to crafting a call to action that's impossible to ignore. If you're ready to bring your signage ideas to life, you can head to VistaPrint today and browse our range of signage, banners, and posters, and create a sign they can't miss at a price that won't break your budget. All right, that's us signing off. Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay, bye for now.